Is this your
Superman?
Is this your
Superman?
Man of Steel.
Who's supposed to lead you into the future?
Come on, brother!
Is there nothing that can be done?
Him? He's supposed to protect you.
No!
Nah, I'm your
Superman.
We have to go now. Quick, mother, let's go!
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies.
Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerdist New Bully. I'm your host Leroy, aka Mephisto's son-in-law, with my co-hosts.
As Eli, aka Mixed Master Slice.
There we go. And we're back with another episode. And yeah, it seems like this is a pretty easy breezy week that just went by. So we're just gonna close out February. Eli, is this the first fiscal month of 2021 or the physical one? I don't know what you call it.
Physical or fiscal? Those are two different things.
I know. Whichever one applies. That's that one.
Well, yeah, I guess both. You know.
I guess. Yeah. Hey, technically, yeah. You're supposed to be your first physical year in whatever 2021 January. What do you call it? Oh, who we got?
We got people in the house already.
Big Willie
Oh,
already.
Big Willie's in the house.
He was on before we were here.
He's probably on right now. He's probably
Right,
still doing one
right.
of his shows.
Right. He probably is. Shout out to Willie. If you're not on his podcast, jump on his podcast. I'm pretty sure you're podding right now also. Anyway, while you sharing out the link, Eli, let me get to the stuff I want to talk about. Here's the thing. We got this comic book podcast. We try to go these wide ranges of topics that we like to go to because, we like to dib and dab over here and over there a couple times. But some things we usually stay away from for some reason that I want us to touch on some more. And that is music. Like,
Okay.
you're freaking wearing a Wu-Tang shirt right now.
There you go, man.
Exactly. Shout out to the Wu.
The unpredictable.
Exactly. And so I just want to hit some quick music news real quick, and then we'll move on to what we're going to move on to. So like I said, first thing I want to say, rest in peace to Daft Punk,
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, they were robots. Were they even alive?
Exactly.
Do they have a soul? We'll talk about that on our WandaVision review.
You're going to get deep into that. Did you listen to Daft Punk at all? Did you?
My kid, you know what? My daughter, she loves all that dancey music shit. So yeah, Get Lucky, and there was a couple of their jams that I knew that she was there. And then the Tron, they did that Tron soundtrack. I thought it was pretty happening.
They did that?
Yeah, the last Tron movie, which was like 10 years ago now. Now that's like
didn't watch it, but I'll take your word for it.
Wasn't bad,
Okay, hold on. Let me see what else we got here.
That's right.
Yeah,
Wu-Tang
Wu-Tang
Clan
ain't
ain't
nothing.
nothing to
Thank
fuck
you.
with.
Somebody that's listened to this podcast that know who Wu-Tang is. Gomer.
Killer bees blast.
Shout out to Geeks and Comics. What else we got here? Yes, Eli, this is big news. This is big news right here. Like I said, there's one reason why we don't talk about music, because for the most part, even though we like to cover a wide range of music, between you and I think our tastes kind of sometimes converge, but sometimes go out this way. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like I said, I'm about to say something to you that I know you're about to get up and go smoke a cigarette, but I want you to stick around and let me finish the sentence before you leave. Okay. So, Bruno Mars drops new music this week. Don't go. Don't leave. Don't leave yet. Okay.
I know who Bruno Mars is.
I know you know who Bruno Mars is, but I know you what you was about to say. I'm too metal for that shit, and you about to leave. So
You are right. Yeah, I won't leave.
right. Right. So before you go, I was just gonna let you know that also it's Bruno Mars in a collaboration with Anderson Paak. Now that is big news. Anderson Paak is the real deal. I'm telling you, he is the next big thing. Honestly, he should have been the next big thing, but that's a big thing. So these two guys making music, I'm excited. Yeah. So moving on past that.
Is Anderson Paak is he a rapper?
Kinda. Sometimes.
Ghostwriter?
No. He sings and raps, and you really don't know what he's gonna do when he does it. You know.
Is he a producer?
I don't think he's a producer. Like Dr. Dre discovered him. I'm like, shit. What was this? When did that NWA movie come out?
Like 5 years ago or something. Yeah, like 4 or 5 years ago.
Whenever that came out, he was on the soundtrack of that, and he was like on every other song. You're like, man, who the hell is this guy? You know. Then he kept just drop music. So the fact that these two guys making music, I'm excited. I'm telling you, Eli, it's gonna be everywhere. It's gonna be huge. Who do we got?
Yeah.
Big Willie knows. My daughter's first concert.
Wow. My daughter's first concert was Judas Priest. Yeah, she was they played a festival. And I went, that was for free. It was like this, the city fest or whatever they used to call it. They do fireworks around the 4th of July, and sometimes they have live bands. Judas Priest played right down the street from me for free. And I had my daughter in a stroller and shit.
Well, can't beat that. Raising them right.
Yeah.
And last but not least in the music interview, want to say wish happy birthday to Ja Rule. Today he turned 7. So yeah. I'm gonna tell you what, because he was born on leap year.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. I was not aware.
Right. So yeah, moving on past that. What do we got here? Done with the music news. We won't past that. I may do some more next week. We'll just test how it goes. But anyway, past that, let's move into.
Weren't you ragging on Ja Rule?
Always. Here's the thing. I'm saying that now, but when Ja Rule was like making platinum albums, left and right, stuff like that, I was playing Ja Rule. I had all his albums. So I think Eli. Yeah, there you go. You're back with me. Okay. So let's move on past it. Let's actually get to the nerd shit what we're talking about. Boom. Let's talk about Spider-Man 3. Okay. He's going out again. He'll come back. Spider-Man 3, what we got going on right here is they finally announced the name. They actually had a few names going on. I think they were called, what was it called, Eli? I probably can't remember. You there?
Far From Home. Yeah, I'm here.
No, that was the other one.
Far From Home Slice and Home Wrecker
home cooking,
and home.
Yeah.
Homemade.
Homies, no homo. We just got demonetized. But yeah, they had a bunch of stuff. Anyway, here is the official name. No Way Home. They gave Tom Holland one name, and they gave the guy that plays Ned another name, but the official name of it is No Way Home. Of course, the internet ran off with it. They were giving other names, speculating, Spider-Man Work From Home, Homewrecker, like you said before. And in my favorite, which we're going to talk about later on, WandaVision episode 10.
Yeah.
Which pretty much what we all know what's going to be. So, yeah, let's move on.
Or the theory that all 3 titles were the movie title, but it's the multiverse version, and it's going to be like 3 different endings. You got to see 3 different movies and shit.
You already hurt my head with this multiverse stuff, and then that might actually be the thing.
Like, which version of Spider-Man did you see? And wouldn't that be some
3
shit?
different endings? Yeah, Oh man, the DVD uncut, yeah, alternate and choose your own adventure, probably that shit.
Way of the future.
Man. Yeah. So you want to just jump into like the let's go to it. Okay, now we're gonna talk about WandaVision.
Okay.
Just gonna jump right into it, just go from there. Like I said, I'm pretty sure everybody saw WandaVision this weekend. At this point, it's not even a point of putting spoilers in there because everybody on the planet was going on. Even if you didn't watch the show, you're gonna get memes and GIFs and people just making points about it, or you're gonna get songs promoted. The Agatha All Along song turns out to be the #1 soundtrack on iTunes right now.
Grammy winning, watch.
Right. It's insane. I think the same people that made the soundtrack for WandaVision, like same people that made what's that? Frozen? I think the same people.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. So anything there's even a trap remix to Agatha All Along. I would play it, but I don't want to get flagged. I'll play it. That'll be the ending song of this podcast. So if you listen to it on audio, listen to it. That'll be the trap remix of Agatha All Along. But I'll let you go, Eli. What'd you think about it? This episode.
I think this is the first episode. I won't say disappointed, but I was more like, okay, I mean, it did confirm what we already knew. Mm-hmm. So in that sense, I thought it was a little bit redundant. We already kind of knew what was going on. Mm-hmm. I guess I think it was for me. It was after last episode of seeing Monica, and now I was ready for the superhero showdown, and then we just launched into a flashbacks. So on that sense, I was like, oh, that's it. We don't get like a cool beat 'em up episode, but other than that, I mean, there was some cool moments, going back and seeing the flashbacks and just seeing, basically what led to Wanda's trauma, was interesting.
Even though we already knew that,
we already knew what was happening, but yeah, I mean, it was interesting, emotionally interesting. It was emotionally exciting, I guess. There was some, that scene with Vision and Wanda when they're at the Avengers compound right after Sokovia or whatever, right after, I think it was
right,
Sokovia.
just talking, watching TV,
and just that conversation they had, I thought was fucking gold, but other than that, I thought it was all right. I thought it was okay. Now I'm really excited for next week's episode.
You like, now they got this out the way. Let's get to the real stuff. So
I mean, I guess I didn't expect that much exposition thrown in this late in the season. I guess what I mean. I think that I think it's a pacing issue. You know what I mean? I think that was my main thing, because like last week we got Monica's origin and all that shit, and then I thought, okay, now shit's gonna start popping off. And we go into this flashback emotional, journey. So
right, instead of just keeping the pace going like they had it before.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
I felt like they could have did this earlier. You know what I mean?
They're in a tough spot, because here's the thing. This is the best thing and the worst thing about this show, is that they tackle so many genres. It has so many tones they're trying to go for that sometimes it is almost impossible to juggle it the way you want to juggle it. Before we go to it, let's see what we got here. Big Willie, what you got for me? Mutants oh, there's Frankie. Yeah, mutants confirmed. Yeah, kind of not.
Are they? So that wasn't so that's not.
They danced around it. They danced around it. They danced around it. I'll talk about that.
But their parents were not Magneto. That wasn't Magneto.
Oh, their parents are not Magneto every other 5 years also. So it just, then Marvel goes, we changed our mind. Okay. Magneto, come get your kids. Okay. So basically what I think about this episode is that it was exactly what you said. They had this pacing going up. It was going up. We thought it was going to go to this big showdown. And then boom, this entire episode was pretty much just an expedition dump. And I don't know how they can handle it, but I guess they handled it the best way they could, because here's the thing, Eli. Any mystery that people have been thinking about what this show might be and what this show might not be, it's over. It's done. They have explained everything. They over-explained everything. Yeah, there's nothing left to explain. So all these mysteries and theories, stop. They're done. No Mephisto. Mephisto's not here. Chaos magic meets the hex. Yep, it's not. So everything is done with this show right now, as far as what.
And Pietro, he was just some dude.
He was just some dude she just possessed. Yeah. And just made him just walk over there because she knew Wanda's mind was so fragile. She just believed whatever she wants to believe.
Yeah.
But
she is capable. Yeah, she is capable of.
Necromancy. Like she was saying. But she said the body's like way over there.
Body's full of holes and in another country, which I thought was pretty harsh.
She's like, it's not worth the trouble. It's whatever. So she just did some weird shit right here and then said. So it was a big exposition dump. They have to do this stuff, Eli. They have to get all this stuff out the way, because what you want and what every other Marvel fan wants, and everybody wanted when this show first came on, they want eye lasers all through for 90 minutes. They want people getting thrown through buildings. You want that shit. That's what the next episode is going to be. It's just going to be that for the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, we have a Marvel show that hasn't had a fight scene yet at all. The closest thing we had to it is like Monica and Wanda having
that argument they got into like a few episodes where Wanda and Vision like floated in the air and then she made the credits run. That was like the closest.
That was the closest thing, but that almost felt like domestic disturbance of stuff, like like a husband and wife, man.
Yeah, that could have destroyed the planet, but yeah,
right. But still, husband and wife having a harsh argument. They're like, maybe y'all shouldn't do that. The kids upstairs, But yeah, then you have Monica and Wanda. But other than that, there haven't been a fight. Nobody has got punched in this Marvel show yet. So. It's gonna happen next episode, like I said.
That's a huge test on the MCU audience. I gotta say.
But here's the thing: it took them a while to catch on. It took them a while to understand what's going on. Because, like I was talking about somebody earlier with this earlier, like the first 2 episodes of WandaVision, everybody saying it sucked, it's terrible, it sucked. But you go for the later episodes, everybody like they're on board now. But at the same time, most of the people are on board because of their expectations. Now, we always say it's not good to set expectations because you always be let down. Eli, do you think you will be let down if this show don't deliver on everybody's expectation? Like if Reed Richards doesn't show up, if the mutants aren't confirmed,
if Doctor Strange doesn't show up,
if Doctor Strange doesn't show up, if the multiverse doesn't get cracked wide open, if Professor X doesn't show up,
Well, I'm not so much concerned with cameos and how this leads into whatever other shit that the MCU is setting up. I don't give a shit. I just want some closure.
Right.
I like a sense of closure. That's all I really. Just tell me a good story and wrap it up in a way that's satisfying. That's kind of all I really talk about, or I really care about.
Honestly,
I'm not care about. Yeah, like I'm saying, like this has subverted. How come it's okay when the MCU subverts expectations, but when Star Wars does it, the fucking world loses their fucking minds.
Everybody loses their minds.
Yeah, like where the fuck is Mephisto? Where the fuck?
Frankie, it will be Luke Skywalker. That's the expectation. So, and if it's not, we will be upset. We will march in the street. Because honestly, Eli, I'd almost
MCU ruined my childhood. Fuck this shit. Fire Kevin Feige.
Because honestly, I think half of the hardcore MCU fans are watching it strictly for that. Because they're expecting this to open up some other storyline later down the road. They're expecting WandaVision to be a commercial for other shows.
That's stupid. Yeah, that's stupid. Like, why are you watching the show? Because you think the Hulk is going to show up. Yeah, you're an idiot.
Eli, you say it's stupid and you say it's an idiot, but if it wasn't for the expectation, would the MCU be as popular as it was? Would the MCU be as popular if the other show wasn't a commercial for another show?
Yeah, but I'm just saying it not to the expense of the storytelling.
True.
I think it's stupid. Like I said, all these people thought, oh, the first 2 episodes suck. What the fuck is this show? Blah blah blah. The show's dumb because they didn't get it. They didn't get the nature of these 2 characters. And now that they do, they've lightened up. But at first they were like, oh, this isn't Endgame. Where's our big huge explosions and shit and lasers and shit,
Right.
And
I need a joke every 5 minutes to keep my attention. Like,
Tony
Stark is gone, man.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah, fuck this. I'm go play Fortnite.
Dab with Wolverine or some shit,
Yeah.
Oh man. So, but talking about the show, like I said, a lot of I think some big things happened in the show. Mainly, even though it was an exposition dump. And it was a lot of stuff that we already knew. At the same time, it was still nice watching it play out. Just the fact that because the acting on par was there. Like I said, that scene between Vision and Scarlet Witch, we'll get to that, Wanda. Just the fact that it was acted out so well. I could watch an episode of just them doing that, which is basically what this whole series is.
It was.
Them just walking around just doing shit,
Yeah.
And that's what the early shows were, right? That was the early shows, what they were, just them doing stuff, getting in shenanigans, getting out of it, just showing how much they love each other. And the more the show went on, the more that their relationship and what they built started to break down. And that's kind of the point of why they did what they did, because they wanted you to feel what Wanda was feeling.
Yeah.
She created this illusion, this happy planet, this bliss bubble that she has, and every episode is breaking down more and more and more. And they want you to feel the same despair she's feeling.
And why I say I think this is one of the best things the MCU has done is because it is tackling deeper issues besides just, blockbuster action shit. We're dealing with trauma. We're dealing with mental health. We're dealing with how we deal with our problems, and this whole setup, the show is just a metaphor of like, if you don't deal with your shit, it's gonna start affecting everybody around you, and this is what happened to her.
Right, you're gonna do it in self-destructive mode.
Yeah.
Now another thing,
Wanda's trauma is now affecting everybody else. So she's got to come to terms with her grief. Yeah,
exactly.
She's got to come
and that's the
terms
awesome
with
thing
grief.
about this. Like, okay, Agatha Harkness was revealed to be a villain. Like, she's supposed to be the big bad of the show. But if you really think about this entire episode, she gave Wanda a free therapy session. The entire episode. That's what she was doing.
Yeah.
Of course, she was doing it for her own benefit.
Yeah, she's trying to get her power or whatever.
Right, she's trying to get power. She wants to know where her power came from. So she has to walk her down memory lane, not only for Wanda's benefit, for her benefit also, so she can see how she got this stuff. But that's the whole point of it, that she was like, she basically saying, you need therapy. I'm gonna give you therapy so I can figure out how to take your powers.
Yeah.
So, and that was a good thing about it. I mean, like I said, she walked down memory lane and made her walk through there. So we got to not only see what Wanda was going through, but we had to feel what Wanda was going through. We already knew that she was a fan of sitcoms, and that's basically what this show was. It basically confirmed that she was a fan of sitcoms, and she wanted to make her own sitcom. Because in the show, her family, the reason they love sitcoms so much, because in a situation comedy, which a sitcom stands for, whatever happens in the first 30 minutes at the beginning, whatever conflict they go through, it is resolved at the end of those 30 minutes. Everything is all resolved. We know that's not realistic.
They were using it to learn to speak English. That was like the whole family was watching these shows to learn how to speak English.
Right, which is one reason they also explain why the accent comes and goes. That's why because sometimes they can remember how to speak perfect English. When they get stressed out, it comes back.
And
to me, it's the opposite of House of M. Yeah. Like I said, it has it's not, and that's the thing about the MCU. They never do direct adaptations of anything. Civil War was not a direct adaptation of Civil War. It's not a direct adaptation of House of M.
Age of Ultron was not Age of Ultron.
Like, and it was in name only. That was it. Infinity Gauntlet wasn't Infinity War, But the thing about this show is that it's actually not even really going for House of M. It's really taking from like that, like Vision Quest, that old 80s Scarlet Witch and Vision comic. It's really taken from that. Little bit of the Vision comic, but not a whole bunch. But there's some stuff in there. But as far as House of M, it's there, but they're not really doing a House of M, like, an adaptation. This wasn't. And I don't think they ever planned on doing that. Like, they were just that we'll pick and choose and do some little things.
I mean, I think it's just the basic concept of her creating an alternate reality out of grief is that's it.
That's it. And that's all they were planning on doing. Meanwhile, while telling their own story. So and like I said, there's some other stuff that popped in there also. Like I said, we found out that Wanda always had powers. And I think that's where we're talking about that the mutants were confirmed, because like I said, that's what happened with mutant. When you're around 10, 12, you hit puberty or you go through stress, then your powers pop up. And basically saying that Wanda did what do they call it? Hex? Probability hex. That's what Stanley used to call it. Probably because her powers were so confusing and nobody knew what they could do. But anyway, because honestly, Eli, whenever they told that story back in Age of Ultron, when she told it, I always felt that Joss Whedon wrote it where the next writer, whoever picks it up, wouldn't write themselves in the corner. Because it always felt so open-ended, like, okay, Stark Tech failed? This is Stark Tech. Like, his shit just don't malfunction. And they saying it just malfunctioned for 2 days. So, obviously, she did something to make it malfunction, because that was her hidden power she didn't know she could even do.
Yeah. I caught a little bit of Gomer's show, This Geeks and Comics, earlier, and they were talking about how it was the Tesseract, or which stone kind of like unlocked her powers.
Well, the Mind Stone,
the Mind Stone, and then they went and broke it down, like every color of magic has coincided with an Infinity Gem. What's her face? Agatha's is purple, which is like the Power Stone. Doctor Strange wielding the green the
'Cause he had
green,
the time
and then there was
stone.
somebody was doing orange, and somebody else does red. All these different magic, powers.
Well, the thing
yeah.
is, when Wanda exploded at the end, had all this power going on there. I mean, that looked like the reality stone. That looked like the ether right there because it
Yeah.
controls reality, and it was
And
red,
that's
and
what-
she's warping
that's-
reality.
Yeah, and that's what the reality stone does.
Right. So it makes it seem like she always had the reality stone in her, but may or may not. And which will we lead to also where Agatha started freaking out when she found out what Wanda was. She was like, "Oh, you are, you possess chaos magic." That's the first time chaos magic was ever mentioned in the MCU. I'll come back to chaos magic in a second, what it is, because it's actually a pretty big thing. And she finally called the first time the Scarlet Witch. Now, a lot of people were just like, okay, and no, this is a big deal because this is the first time Wanda has ever been called the Scarlet Witch in the MCU. They've never referenced her as that. Tony did call her a witch one time, but that was just in a derogatory term. He was saying it, but not like it is now. So basically, she was treating her like Neo in the Matrix. You are the one. You see everything. You can do everything. Because what chaos magic is, and it's like this in the comics also, like, okay, Agatha trained for centuries. Loki trained magic because he learned it from Frigga, Thor's mom. Doctor Strange had to train and learn magic, but Wanda doesn't because she possesses chaos magic. She gets to do whatever she wants whenever she feels like it. No training whatsoever. Like when they were showing her the runes and stuff, like the shit even Harry Potter knows. She don't know that shit. She never learned it.
Well, even said Agatha's like, you don't know the fundamentals. You don't know what a protection spell is. Like she just has all this power, but doesn't know how to use it yet.
Right. Which actually I think makes Agatha even more jealous of what's going on.
Because that's what she was searching for the past 500 years or however long she's been alive, since the Salem witch trials or whatever.
Right.
Which I gotta say was pretty cool. So yeah, this is the furthest into horror the MCU has ever gone, when she sucks the life force out of all those witches in the beginning and shit. That was
like,
pretty gnarly.
Witch? Right, yeah.
This is going way past Mr. Boogedy on Disney Plus. I'm just saying.
So yeah, Marvel is dipping their toe in.
Hocus Pocus is on Disney Plus too. It goes harder than that.
So Disney's finally starting to go there a little bit. So yeah, I mean, like I said, we're dealing with witches. We almost thought that we were going to start dealing with Satanism all of a sudden, but it looked like Disney's going to be like, nah, we're not going to go that route. So no Mephisto, but yeah, like I said, it had that stuff in there, and I thought it was pretty good, Eli. I thought it was a good episode. Like I said, they have to get this stuff out the way so these fan theories can get away, so people can just turn their brains off the next episode and watch Vision on Vision and Witches on Witches.
Yes,
and
Vision on Vision. We're gonna see. Yes, Vision on Vision. So yeah, the big reveal at the end, we get White Vision or whatever. Now, is that like an offshoot of Ultron? If they're like using the same prototypes of, if Sword had, Vision's body and they're reprogramming it and they're using, the drone and whatever Stark tech was laying around and it looked like an arc reactor in his head. Is that like an offshoot of Ultron in a way?
It could be. And just let you know that White Vision is in the comics. Like I said, this issue, Gomer said, is speculation going out of control, so I'm pretty sure it's worth $5 now. So, but yeah, he was a thing. Basically, the thing with White Vision, the same thing that happened in the movie, in the TV show, happened in the comic. Body got destroyed. They rebuilt him. He remembered everything, but his emotions were gone. So he didn't love Wanda anymore. He didn't love his kids anymore. He was just
okay.
Yeah. Yes,
this is now back to that scene with Wanda and Vision, and she's talking to him, and she's mourning, and he says something about what is grief if not love that endures or something. That, like I said, that scene
White
was
privilege Vision on Black History Month. How you gonna have White Vision on Black History Month?
Yeah. Hopefully he's the bad guy, not the savior.
Right.
White savior Vision.
Right. One just leaves her vision for him,
But back to that scene, like I think that scene makes this whole series matter. You know what I'm saying? Is that because this is about her trauma. This is about her dealing with her grief. And he is the one that sort of saves her from that gets her out of that. This is where we start to see their relationship blossom and what leads to their romance and to their, falling in love.
Right,
is
because
him.
you see her fall in love with him, fall in love with her also, because
Yeah.
he's trying to understand her emotions and he's connecting. He's trying to find a way to connect to her.
And what I love, why I think Division is such an interesting character, is because he is a reflection of, AI and or those Isaac Asimov stories where a robot discover or figures out that it's a sentient being and starts acting. What is its purpose? And that's what he's trying to do. He's like observing humanity and what it means to be human, and he understands humanity more than humans do, and probably cherishes it better than a human does. A super intelligent machine will appreciate life more than the dumbass humans
Right,
who
they
don't.
just go through the motions and things like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I also think another thing that we kind of look over in Civil War, because like I said, when they had the big airport fight in Civil War, Vision showed up and could have ended the fight anytime he wanted to.
Yeah.
But he only showed up to make sure Wanda was safe. Even back then, that's the only reason he was there.
And that's why he was able to lift up Mjolnir,
Yep,
because
he's pure. Yeah,
he is so pure. Also, he's not alive, but
right.
but this goes to show, like, okay, now that this is all this whole deep theme of souls and does the Vision have a soul? Because she created him, or the machine. The Vision was created. He is an artificial being. Does he have a soul? Do Wanda's kids have souls because she created them? This is all reflected. And I think this is just, it goes so deep into those
Does
themes.
Sparky have a soul?
Mad
at we're mad at Agatha killing Sparky, but Sparky isn't real. Or is he real?
Yeah. And like, who knows? Maybe the original Vision did have a soul because he was powered by the Mind Stone, and that did have some sort of celestial magic, or it gave him some sort of spiritual living essence or whatever, which is what made the Vision so special. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he loved.
Yeah.
He fell in love. If that's not a soul, what is?
This goes back into, Blade Runner and that whole thing about machines, searching for purpose. What do androids dream of electric sheep? Philip K. Dick. The Oracle in the Matrix. Again, observing humanity and knowing what humans need more than they do. Data. Like, I'm not a Star Trek fan, but the only episode that ever made an impression on me was the episode where they turned Data off and had a debate of whether or not he was a machine or a person, an actual officer, or did he have rights or whatever it was. That I always found that fascinating, because robots are a reflection of humanity.
Yeah.
And
to be honest, this is like the first time, this first episode, where you could see through the lens of other people, where they only see Vision as a machine.
Yeah.
Like, up until then, we saw Vision through Wanda's eyes, who doesn't look at him like that. She looks at him like her soulmate.
Yeah. And the Vision is just learning. He's just learning how to be human. So, so that would, watching this person go through pain and grief, he would study that and understand it. And being an outside observer would be able to have a better perspective on that. And I think that's what leads her to, to lead her out of the grief. To lead her out of the grief.
Which made the other scene after that even harder to watch, when they got a deed for the property and it had their name on it, that they were going to grow old together, and it's just her by herself,
or seeing him all in pieces,
right?
On that table.
Which make Hayward like a real dick, man, because
he's an asshole.
He's an asshole. He lied to everybody saying Wanda did this, but he didn't do that. He was basically trying to provoke her to do something, like take Vision or do something, but she didn't do it. She just left. But he basically tried to get her to do that stuff. So man,
that was a great scene. That like sums up the whole series to me. That's what makes all this matters. Was that key scene? This is, the lesson you learn from this is all in that scene, and and then you see like Agatha like wiping a tear away. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh man! So that's the thing. The Golden Globes is tonight. I feel like next year the people in this show should be there, in the audience next year.
Oh yeah.
That's just me.
That was tonight.
I
don't
guess.
even
I
know.
don't watch
I'm
that
so
shit.
out of it.
I don't watch that shit. You know,
I'm like,
we gave
what?
up
What
on
was
it.
nominated? Like, did Bloodshot get nominated? Like,
Right, the one Sonic the Hedgehog, you know.
Sonic Hedgehog win Best Picture? Yeah.
Right. Oh man. So yeah, Marvel got us falling in love with a love story about a robot and a witch. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Marvel of all people. So guess we can move on past that. I don't even know what we have left, but I think it's something bad. What do we have? Not this. That.
Oh,
Yeah.
this
Let's
ain't
softball. Let's go softball first. Softball
bad.
questions. Okay, this ain't bad. Like I said, we got a chance to watch the Superman and Lois pilot review. Eli, just want to let you know, like I said, I did watch the episode twice. Not because I was doing a frame by frame thing or anything like that. I watched the episode, and honestly, I thought it was a pretty good episode. Like I said, it's the CW, so my expectations was lower. But when I saw it, I was like, that was better than what I was expecting it to be. You know, especially with this Superman, because not to say anything is wrong with the actor playing Superman, but just the way CW has treated this Superman. For the most part, every time he's ever showed up, he's just been a jobber. He's just been somebody there just to put Supergirl over. Either he gets his ass whooped, so Supergirl comes save the day, or Supergirl just kicks his ass. One or the other.
Supergirl whips his ass. I know.
Right. So, so it makes it like if he get his ass whooped so much, why do I even care about the Superman? So that's why I feel I liked about this show is that, like I said, they took advantage of Crisis. They rebooted everything. There was actually no mention of anything Arrowverse wise.
I was about to say, where did that one kid come from?
Right.
I know
Jordan.
a Jonathan. I know a Jonathan, but the other kid, like, where the fuck did he come from?
Well, see,
Like,
that's what happened at the end of Crisis. You know, because you know the whole Crisis they had baby Jonathan, whatever like that. And when it was all over, Superman was flying home, and he was like, "All right, I'm finna come home. I got food for the baby." He was like, "Did you get food for the other one?" He was like, "Wait, what? The other what?" So he didn't know he had kids, you know, or another kid at the end of the show. But in this
I don't
one,
even remember that.
It was like a real quick line.
Yeah.
It was just like he was like, "What the fuck? I got 2 kids." It was like, so he just went with it, you know. So this one is complete retcon. They don't care. He's grown up with these kids. He knows these kids. He's raised these kids. Kinda. We'll talk about that later on. You know. And that's been his whole thing. There's no mention of Supergirl. Even the actors, even the characters that have shown up in Supergirl were recast in this. Like General Lane was in Supergirl. Completely new guy. So whatever. It's whatever. Oh, and yeah.
Is that the same Lois though?
It's the same Lois. She wasn't in she was a Supergirl. She only showed up when Superman showed up, but it's the same Lois.
Oh,
You know.
well.
So
I don't know if I was
only-
feeling her, but I think the chick who played Lana should have played Supergirl.
Man, yeah, but see, okay, let me. You and Cliff, man, you and Cliff. Okay, let me explain. Let me explain. Okay, look, Lois Lane is not supposed to be the hottest of the hottest chick walking the planet. She's not supposed to be. That's her thing. The whole she's supposed to be just this normal looking.
Yeah, Superman can see X-ray. He don't even see any of that shit.
Right. Like we know it's Superman. We know he can go bang Wonder Woman.
Like,
if he
damn,
wanted
baby, your liver looks so hot.
So that's his whole thing, man. Superman wants a normal chick to live with, just a chick that can raise his kids, stuff like that. If he wants Wonder Woman, he can go bang Wonder Woman if he wanted to. He don't want to. He wants a normal chick, you know. So that's my thing with Lois. She's not supposed to be the hottest of the hottest. That's all. So yeah, he could have got Lana. Probably had Lana. It's like, if you go this high with nothing else downhill. Hey, Lois, you know.
That Lana was dope. I'm just saying.
Lana was dope. But yeah. So that's my whole thing about this show. And I like how they now, yes, you can say it's Smallville 2.0 because we just spent 10 years in Smallville, in the show Smallville, and now they're back in Smallville. But it's different because it's 2021, so they can tell different stories about how the American economy has been affecting, you know, the heartland, you know, big businesses affecting, you know, small town businesses. Those things Smallville had no interest in, you know. But this show, they seem to be interested in stuff like that. It was more of a family drama than a Superman show, which it's CW. What do you expect? You expect stuff like that. So I'm fine with that. The family drama was handled very well. You know, the fact that his son Jordan was like, hey, you playing Injustice? You playing Superman? Nah.
That was
Fuck-
hilarious. I
was
love
like-
that scene.
Like, nah, Superman sucks. No.
He's beating the shit out of Superman with Raiden. I thought that was hilarious.
Superman's like, really, you fucking bastard, you know? Oh man, but like I said, it was little moments like that. I saw even the fact that they deal with some like really stuff in there, man, because we always talk about the opioid crisis. You know how it affects the small towns and the heartlands like that.
Yeah.
The show was dealing with that. Like Lana Lane's daughter, you know, had a drug overdose. You know, almost a near drug overdose, and they was dealing with that, and then basically saying like it's happening to everybody over the town. They're not talking about kryptonite this and magic rock that. No, they're talking about real shit. She popped pills and almost died from it. You know, and they say it's an epidemic.
And he fell in love with her over that, which I thought was kind of creepy. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
I mean, he's been creepy the whole time in the show, so I'm not shocked, you know.
I was like, damn, dude, that's okay. I just thought that. Oh,
Like-
you feel like shit. I love you. Like,
I can see it. They're both basically like fucked up people, so it's just like, yeah, why not? You know. So
yeah,
even though it
that's
turns
some
out
bold
he's gonna have
moves,
superpowers.
man. That's some
Yeah.
bold moves.
You pop pills? Okay.
Damn, you hot.
Oh man, so that's the show. Oh, I wasn't feeling the Master Chief Doom guy. He was fighting. All it just popped up every now and then. It's like y'all could have gave him a more distinct look. I understand you're doing something new for your show, but don't make him look like Halo from Xbox. You know, do something else. You know. Let's see what we got here. Another bot.
Oh, cool. Sweet. Oh, sweet. Oh, we're done talking about you, though. So we're talking about
Yeah.
Superman now. Talking about
Yeah.
Lex Luthor. Was that Lex Luthor?
Okay, let's talk about that. It may have been Lex Luthor. They're hinting that there may have been like a multiverse type deal or whatever was going on. Basically, like that might have been a multiverse from one of the multiverses that they collapsed. They destroyed. You know, and I guess he blamed Superman for that. But yeah, this Lex Luthor is black, so everybody is gonna freak
All
out
right.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
everybody was freaking out about it until. some bigger shit came on. Should we go to that?
Yeah.
Or you want
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I like this show. I didn't expect it to be that good. I kind of fell off the CW shows a while back, but then I saw it on. I was like, oh, Leroy's going to watch this shit, and he's going to talk about it, and I don't want to be bored while he's talking, so I figure I'll check it out. And I surprisingly enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. The family drama, how they were keeping the secret from the kids. Like when he lifted up the car to prove that he was Superman to the kids, I was like, holy shit, that's dope. It just
Right.
needed that John Williams score. You know what I'm saying? That's all that scene
Right.
needed with dun, 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 dun. I was like, that's all that needed. But I enjoyed it. I think I'm on board.
if they can keep the quality up like they can in the Paak,
Yeah.
that's the thing. you
Yeah.
know? And honestly, I thought,
Yeah, even with the CW vibe, even knowing how the CW goes and how these dramas are written, and yes, everybody's gonna say the wrong thing and everybody's gonna take it the wrong way, and this is gonna be the thread throughout the season. I still, enjoyed it for what it was. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And yeah, I thought it was really good. I didn't expect to enjoy this new Superman show.
And I thought the production quality of this show was better than your normal CW show, especially the Arrowverse show. Like the Arrowverse is here, and I feel like this was here. Now, was it WandaVision? Was it Mandalorian? No. But I do think because of Mandalorian, because of WandaVision, because of The Boys, I think the CW, because here's the thing, the CW is no longer fighting against other network shows. They're fighting, their competition is streaming shows. So I think they feel like we need to step our game up.
It looked pretty good to me. I thought
Yeah.
it looked pretty damn good.
So if they can keep the quality up like at that level, I'm on board. But
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. Because it's weird watching that show and then watching Batwoman right after it. Like you can see the dip in quality.
I didn't watch Batwoman.
You need to watch it just to compare it, to contrast. Oh man. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. All right, you ready to piss people off, Eli?
Sure.
Let's do it. Okay. So everybody, this is the only thing that people have been talking about for the last week. Basically, Now, let's make sure we get our facts straight. Let's talk about facts. I'm talking about rumors. I'm not talking about, suspicions or anything like that. Let's talk about what we know. Okay, so a Superman reboot is in the works. And it is made by J.J. Abrams' production company, which is called Bad Robot. So Bad Robot is the name of the movie studio that is going to make this movie, that's going to produce this movie. And it's under Warner Brothers. And the only thing we know about it so far is that Ta-Nahesi Coates has been hired to write the script of the show. That is all we know. That is it.
That is it.
That is
Of
it.
course.
That is all we know.
And remember, Warner Brothers announces movies like they're fucking popping potato chips.
They announced another movie 2 days ago before this, and nobody cared.
Yeah, where's that Batgirl? Where's that Batgirl that Joss Whedon was supposed to make?
Batgirl. They announced Blue Beetle 2 days before this. Nobody cares. New
Aren't they
guy
gonna make
supposed to make a movie.
Yeah, aren't they going to make a trench movie after Aquaman?
They're supposed to make a trench horror movie. They were going to make a Justice League Dark movie that never got made.
Where's the Flash? They still talking about the Flash movie for the past 10 years.
Whenever the Flash is supposed to come out, it will always be released the year after it's been announced. So next year, it'll be released the year after that. So the Cyborg, who gives a fuck? They all these movies coming out. So that's it. Steven Spielberg is supposed to be making a DC movie. Yeah, they announced it. Nothing happened. So just whatever. So that's what. So people are freaking out about DC this and DC that. We get pissed off about it. We get excited about it, and a week later they say nothing else about it. We forget about it. We go on because as of right now, like every Facebook group I'm on, Superman social media Facebook groups I'm on, they're pretty much like in chaos right now. Just burn themselves to the ground because there's nothing but just black Superman memes just popping up all over the place. People getting pissed off of it. I want Henry Cavill back. Give me Henry Cavill. No, you gonna take Michael B. Jordan. He's your
I'm not
Superman
racist.
now.
I
love it. I love it. I love it. Every comment is that I'm not racist. But and I'm just like,
I got a big old butt.
Let me get my popcorn. Let me read this comment. I know it's gonna be a good one right here. Let's get ready. Oh man, so that's all I've been seeing on every nerd geek group I've been seeing no more because you got people provoking other people. You know how it goes. Mainly me. Oh yeah. So that's the thing. So that's all we know right now. But like I said, we do know that Warner Brothers has been, looking into a black Superman for a while now. Michael B. Jordan, they met with him. This is official. They did meet with him on a Superman project. And he's black, so you can put two and two together that they may be making a black Superman. Plus, Ta-Nahesi Coates. Eli, I think we're the only YouTubers that know who Ta-Nahesi Coates is. Because what I've learned is that anybody talking about this is on the right side, if that makes any sense.
Well, what define right?
Okay,
right wing or like right as in correct?
Right wing conservative, that type.
Okay.
So they have no idea who Ta-Nahesi Coates is. They say Tabernacle Coates.
Oh,
whatever.
Well, they ain't gonna like when they find out.
They're not gonna like when they find out who he is. No, they're just now starting to do research on who he is, and it makes them even more pissed. Like, oh, he's that guy. Because here's the thing, like I said, for the people that don't, I think we need to explain who Ta-Nahesi Coates is. Like I said, if you don't know who he is, trust me, you do. You have seen this guy's face before. Trust me, you have. You've seen him on every single talk show. You may have seen him on some BET show and thing like that. Right now, he is pretty much the spokesperson for anything blackness that white people like. Because there are other people, but
That's a good definition for him.
Right. He's crossed over. He's not Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar, you know who he is, but they don't know who he is.
He's the Malcolm X white people are allowed to like.
Right. So that's Ta-Nahesi Coates. So that's why he's getting all these roles right now because But the thing is with Ta-Nahesi Coates is that the reason we know him is because he's also a comic book writer. And he writes Black Panther. And the thing is, Eli, apparently I'm not allowed to say that his Black Panther run sucked. Because if I say his Black
Only
Panther
on
run
here.
suck,
We're only allowed to say it on.
no. They even saying here that I get shitted on. You know, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Anywhere I say it,
I'll
but
put
on
my
here,
arm around you here. You can say it. Yeah.
Exactly, I can say it now, but it doesn't matter. That makes you look bad now, because you're condoning it. You're enabling me.
I'll just act Mexican and say "Que no hable."
Right. So now put all the blame on me. How dare you talk? Now I'm a crab in a bucket. Now I'm a coon. Now I'm MAGA. And now I'm Kanye. All this shit like that just because I said a fucking comic book sucked. That's all. I'm not allowed to say it. You know the only people that like Black Panther comic that 10 Cents Crows wrote is the people that didn't read it. Those are the people that are praising this shit right now. Critically acclaimed. I can get all this shit out now, man. His run's almost done. I'm tired. But the reason I'm mad is like because I'm about to review this book in a second. And anyway.
Hey, I'm just for the record. His Captain America run started out good.
Okay.
But I didn't stick with it because it didn't start. It started to not be good.
Right. Yeah, all of a sudden, here we go.
No, here's the thing. He just does. Comic books are hard to write. He's a great writer. He's a journalist.
He's a genius. He's a genius. I give him that.
He's a smart dude. It's just comic books are hard to write, and I think he has a hard time writing comics and trying to cram all of his, genius ideas into a comic book, and it just makes for a slow, mundane book.
Right. It's a slog to read. It's
full of all these great ideas, but even us seasoned fans want to see some punching too.
Every now and then, we understand with the long monologues, where you got the action panel, but you got words just all over here, just taking up every single space of it like that. Like, come on, man, I'm listening to somebody punch somebody.
Like the artist is like, should I just photocopy these panels because I'm just drawing another face?
Right.
That's just going to be talking.
Because he's just another talking and stuff just to himself, Like,
why don't I just draw one panel and just fill it up with word bubbles?
Right. But here's the thing, Eli. You know what's harder than writing a comic? Writing a screenplay, which he has never done.
Oh, yeah.
So they're giving him a Superman movie to write, which is going to be his first screenplay all of a done. So here's my thing, Eli. Black Superman, white Superman, Mexican Superman, whatever. Superman fans about to be as pissed at him as us Black Panther fans are pissed at him now. They're about to see. They're going to see. Oh, you think this Black Panther run is critical lane? Just wait. You'll see. His Superman is coming. You'll see. And he's going to piss off everyone. And
all the liberal white folks will be like, no, the Black Superman movie was good.
Yeah, right. I would have saw it 3 times if I could.
And all the right-wing conservatives, I got jumped at the Black Superman movie.
Oh, man. You see this, but when you zoom out, it's their own hand.
Yeah, it'll be a picture of, what's her face? The chick from that one movie, the Ready or Not movie.
Right.
Woman got jumped at the Black Panther screening, and it was like some movie, and she's all bloody and shit. And
right.
The actress actually came out, that I didn't get jumped. That's from a movie set, and that's not from when I saw Black Panther. I didn't get jumped at Black Panther.
Like, what are you doing, Fox News? Okay. Now, can I say some more controversial shit about this whole thing? Okay. I'm not down with a Black Superman movie. Okay, I know I'm going to get some more stuff about that. Yep. Controversial.
Well, I'm out. Later, y'all. I'm out.
Crab in the bucket. Crab in the bucket. Okay, here we go. I'm not down with the Black Superman movie. I'm going to tell you why, Eli. I'm going to tell you why I'm not down with a Black Superman movie. Because we know what DC is doing. DC is always jumping on the bandwagon whenever Marvel is doing. Oh, Black Panther did $1 billion. Oh, Spider-Man into the universe, multiverse made this many billions. What Black superhero do we have? Cyborg in the background like, I'm here. I mean, what Black superhero do we have? I'm here. No, what Black superhero do we have? And then they're going to get Superman.
John Stewart. You got John Jones.
You got John Stewart. You got so many other people, man. And the thing is that now if they do this and they make it a Black Clark Kent, everybody would be pissed off. Black, white, it doesn't matter your race, your creed, your nationality, your sexuality, whatever. You are gonna come for Ta-Nahesi Coates' head if you find out he made Clark Kent black for just no reason whatsoever. That's the dumbest thing ever. Now, yes, we understand.
Hey, you think they're going to be pissed? Wait till those Warner Brothers executive be pissed when Black Superman don't do shit in China.
What are you gonna do? Just erase him?
This movie's too dark. Chinese review of Black Superman.
Walking out of the theater, room dizzy, room spinning from all the blackness. Oh, man.
Shit. Oh yeah, we're canceled.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
But let's run down a list of black Superman that Ta-Nahesi Coates may be using. We like, if it's not a black Clark Kent, like I said, we not Vision.
Oh, that's white savior Vision.
That's white savior Vision. Let's really just cancel. Let's really piss off everybody.
Nobody got a problem with White Vision though.
Right, White Vision is fine.
He's canon though. He's still,
right.
Still.
All right, let's go to where we go. Okay, so like I said, we have Calvin Ellis. Like I said, this is from Earth 23. Because the thing about Superman is that for every multiverse, there was a different Superman. Since there used to be 52 multiverses, there was 52 different Superman. He was the Superman for Superman Earth 23. His name was Calvin Ellis, and he was also the president of the United States. So like I said, 2012.
Woo, damn, they were just fucking lefty like a motherfucker on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's New 52. Oh, yeah. Okay,
it's New 52. Like 2012, black president, Superman.
Oh, yeah.
We can take 3 guesses who they, modeled him after. But anyway.
Oh, yeah. They were fucking 3 days woke on that shit.
Right. Just Superman, and Earth 23 is all black superheroes also. Everybody.
I remember that shit, yeah.
Yeah, now this is Earth 2. This is Val Zod. Zod's son or some shit like that. He's on Earth 2. Superman died in it. Steppenwolf actually killed that Superman. So this Superman popped up out of nowhere. He didn't know he had powers, ended up getting powers, blah, 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 whatever like that. Okay. No, Superman, that's the most popular theory that people think of Michael B. Jordan playing, if Michael B. Jordan is playing a Superman. We're playing Val Zod. Now, don't forget, there's also another black Superman. Boom. Don't forget, right. Don't forget, you also have John Henry Irons Steel, where people want to forget about him, because they remember the movie. But like I said, he is a thing, and he was in
Metal, wasn't he in Dark Knight's Metal and shit? And he's
a thing. He's a thing. Yeah. New 52 completely rebooted. He actually, like when Superman first popped up on the scene in New 52, he actually worked for Lex Luthor to help kill Superman. Till he got cool with Superman, and Lex Luthor stole his war suit, so he made his own war suit. He's actually a pretty interesting character, but DC don't care. DC don't give a fuck. They just make somebody else. So that's what I'm saying. Why you doing all this race changing with Superman when you can do all the other Superman? Hell, you don't even have to go that route. You can do Icon. This will make $1 billion right here from Milestone. He's based Superman, but not
I was
Superman.
just about to say, Milestone's coming back. Like,
Milestone is back. Milestone is actually back. We're gonna review him later on.
Was it this week?
It's this week, yeah.
Oh, sorry, dude. I guess it was Black History Month, and this is the last week. Damn. Yeah. Sorry, dude.
You know they were gonna crank all this stuff at the last minute, get it out of there.
Oh man.
Yeah. but that's my whole point. That's the problem with a lot of these, because here's the thing with representation. What I seen with these big businesses are doing, they would just throw a black character in just any TV show or any movie, half-ass develop them, and they don't care what they do. They're two-dimensional characters, but they pat themselves on the back because of representation and diversity. You can't do that. You cannot do that. You make a black Superman trying to sell it to black people, I promise you, we will smell that shit if it's not sincere. We can smell bullshit from a mile away. You make that shit, and I promise you, we will clown that shit like the fucking Cleveland show and not watch that shit and just pretend like it don't exist.
Isn't that guy black though now? Or is that
now
the
he is? Now he is, because liberals complained about it. We didn't watch the show, so we didn't know what the fuck he was. We didn't care.
But or was that the Simpsons? Oh, who?
No, that was Family Guy.
Was it Family Guy?
But the Simpsons did it also, because the Simpsons, Abu
was now Indian now. Yeah,
he's not Indian now. So so that's the thing what's going on. So that's the thing. But DC is always doing this. A lot of them doing it, but DC has all these other black characters that they're doing nothing with, that people want to do something with, like the Teen Titans show. They changed Starfire. They changed Starfire to a black woman when they could have used Bumblebee, who is a black woman that is a member of the Teen Titans, and just do nothing with her. Like I said, we could have used Jon Stewart, even on that Supergirl show when they made Jimmy Olsen black. Did nothing with him. Then try to turn around and make him Guardian, who is black in the comics. Now he's just some mishmash character nobody can figure out. Why bother with him? Move on. when you do stuff like this, we can tell it's insincere, and we just ignore the character altogether. When if you just would have made Guardian or Bumblebee, or if you would have gave us an Icon movie, or gave us a good Steel movie without Shaquille O'Neal, we would show up and support it if it's sincere. That's why we knew Black Panther was going to work, because you had a black director, you had a black writer, you had a black cast, you had a black stuntman, you had a black. We smelled the blackness on that movie. That's why we showed up in droves to go see that movie. But if you just had some shit where Michael B. Jordan is the only black person in this Superman movie, we're not gonna watch that shit. We don't give a fuck, because we know what you're doing. So,
yeah,
have we talked about this long enough?
Sure.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm canceled by everybody. You know, go ahead and put the MAGA.
Yeah.
Go ahead and Photoshop the MAGA hat on me. You know,
I guess the
Trump
only thing I can say,
2024, you know,
the only thing like I can say to bring us back on track and make us not totally like hateable is, oh man, well, it depends. I mean, this is probably still piss people off, but you know, for those saying that, oh, Black Superman, hey, Black Spider-Man worked and it was awesome.
And that's the thing. But and he was awesome. But I almost feel like Miles Morales was lightning in a bottle, and I feel like the companies are learning the wrong lesson from Miles Morales. So, but he did work, and Miles is awesome.
Yeah,
you know.
But they did have to cram in multiple white Spider-Mans in that movie too.
Right, just to sell it, you know. So it's not just Miles Morales, but it's just enough that he's there.
But he was an established character that, you know, that worked and was, you know, it was a struggle for him to get off the ground because, you know, Bendis and Bernardin and who else? Donald Glover. I mean, they all got death threats from that shit too. So,
right.
You know.
But eventually he caught on, you know. So it took a while, but eventually got on. So we'll see. But like I said, it's Ta-Nahesi Coates writing this, so maybe to take off. I don't know. He got an uphill battle. And I got a lot of people, a lot of conservatives talking about something. Well, if you're going to make there's no way I'm going to see a Black Superman movie. Well, you didn't see the White Superman movie either. That's why we're here. You know?
Hey, there's a perfectly good white Superman TV show on. That was great.
It really is. We just talked about it. You want white Superman? Support white Superman.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And I'm even a Superman fan. So
right.
You got plenty of white Superman already. So
right. You got 2 thumbs up for us for the white Superman movie on TV. Go watch it. Go support it. Keep Superman white. #. So yeah. I know we got canceled on that one. You know what? I'm gonna skip the video 6. Let's just move right to the next part.
All right.
All right. So, like I said, this is the comic book bullies. Where we're talking about the comic book. Eli, I'm gonna let you go first, because
what am I doing? What should I do? What did I do? Black Superman? Or no, Black Batman.
Black Batman. Oh, now we're canceled. Oh man.
You want me to do Black Batman?
I didn't read it.
Oh, that's right. You didn't read it.
Yeah. I didn't read it. So, like I said, the comic book bullies, where we talk about comic books, and we're going to jump into it. And we're going to jump in with the first one, which is going to be Batman Second Son. Did it say Future State?
The next Batman Second Son. It's not it's no longer Future State, because this is a prequel.
Oh.
So this is spinning out of Future State, where we had the next Batman, where we establish Jace Fox, one of Lucius Fox's sons, is now a Batman in a future Gotham City, you know. But this is sort of giving him his origin story. This is digital, so it's a new digital series, so it's not being printed. So that's probably why a lot of people might have missed it. But this is just you know, a quick little origin, chapter 1. Where we see he's going by Tim, so this is before he's being called Jace, and he was some sort of like mercenary vigilante. He goes to like
mention that.
He goes to like Vietnam because there's some corrupt CEO that he's after, and he like breaks into the compound. He's got to like download some like shady, incriminating evidence off his computer, but when he gets in there, some like the computer was already like fucked up or whatever, so they knew he was coming, so somebody knows about him basically. And then he's got to fight a bunch of guys, and he gets fucked up a little bit. He gets shot, I think, and then he leaves. And then when he gets back to his hideout, Grifter is waiting for him.
Oh,
and
Grifter
saying,
again. Okay.
I said, okay, we got to talk. Your dad wants you home, Timmy. and that's where it ends. So, yeah, it was right when it got going, it ended.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's my only thing. I was like, damn, that's it. You know,
So
because
he's
he's not Batman yet. He's just running around like a ninja. You know, this is him. You know, he's got like a baton, kind of like Nightwing, and
Night Thrasher.
yeah, he's fucking dudes up and shit, hand-to-hand combat. Doesn't have guns. Yeah, he's just fucking ninja kung fuing guys up, and then takes off. You know, and then Drifter is in his house waiting for him. 3 out of 5. You know, I'll probably check out. And the thing about this is 99 cents digital.
Now, let me ask you this, because like I said, it was 99 cents and it was a cheap book. Was it at least a full page book?
20 pages, so 22.
Okay.
So
22.
short little.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, quick little easy brisky read, and it was like formatted differently. That's what I did notice. Like I don't think there's any more. Let's see. Let's check this out. Let me just see something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's more than 4 panels a page.
Really?
Yeah, because it's all in this like sort of square format. So it's meant to be read on a computer screen, like a widescreen. Yeah.
So they're taking advantage of the change of the medium. So
yeah, so there's no more than 4. Like I think 4 panels is the most on a page. So that's got to be a pain in the ass to write.
Right. or a good thing. You just get it done and move on to something else, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I've been writing comics lately. And I have noticed that they are challenging, trying to get all your ideas into that. You're limited in so many panels and so many pages. So it makes it's challenging in trying to convey your story, but it's also beneficial. It makes you cut out a lot of the bullshit. You know, it makes you trim all the fat and just focus on what really needs to be told in the story, you know? So, but yeah, so like, 4 panels a page. Now I understand why it's so short. Like, cause when I got to the end, I'm like, that's it.
Right.
You know?
It's just a quick read, right? Even though the pages are there, it's a quick read.
Yeah. So love to see Coach try that shit.
Right. He still would have filled that shit over just it's just dialogue on top of dialogue. So, oh man. All right. So I guess it's on to me. So the book I'm gonna do, I was just wasting time, so I get to the next one. So before I get to the stuff I want to get to, I'm gonna go to X-Men number 18. Now Gomer and I get into it all the time over these X-Men books because I feel like Hickman is just dumping more stories on top of us with dumping more stories on top of us. This story, he actually revisits a story he did before. Like he actually followed up on a story he did like 10 issues ago. You know.
Okay.
Basically, this story is about we deal with who are these guys? Wolverine, Lara, formerly X-23, Darwin, who's in this book also, and we also got Sync, who I think was with Generation X or something. You know, let me expand it, get that in there. Like I said, this is 2.0. Okay, so like I said, the last time we were dealing with these guys, Professor X sent them to invade this thing called the Vault. And there's these people down there, these post-human things. It's something from the 2000s. I stopped reading X-Men around that time. But they go here and they're saying like there's this huge city that's almost like a planet to itself, like maybe like 1 million people down there who they think, and they go investigate. But the thing is, time moves differently, so they actually don't even know how long they're down there, you know. And then Sync is stuck down there with these 3 people, and he gets to know them. He's like, yeah, I'm stuck down here with Lady Wolverine, but she's kind of mean. But you know what? I can kind of deal with it, you know. And I think he catches checking out her ass, you know, fuck you looking at, you know, you're like, oh, you know, I thought that was pretty cool. So,
he's smiling,
right? Oh man, I mean, it's sexy Wolverine. I mean, what you expect? So they go down to the bottom, you know, and the Vault City recognizes them and tries to protect itself against them. Recognizes 3 mutants down here and there. Get rid of these mutants. Oh, and remember, there's this rule that mutants are allowed to kill. Well, technically, for whatever these people are. They basically lifted the restrictions, so they can kill anybody they want. You know, they just go at them. I think they name these people, but they don't name these people. So they go out. They're the bad guys of our story. About 5 guys. They fight them. Of course, I think he burns. Who's he burn? Darwin, Sync. I can't remember. Laura just takes one of them out. I think this girl, just slices and dices her and make curly fries out of her ass. She's done. She's not done it for, and just go to work. And then one of them get burned. I don't know if this Darwin sink, whatever like that. He gets burned. Darwin gets bubble drowned, but like I said, he can't die, so he just rose gills some shit like that. Laura touches Sink like, I'm gonna stay close, I'm gonna heal you, but his powers have evolved, so now he don't have to touch mutants. He can touch anybody and get any powers. He touched the fire guy, he gets fire powers and burns everybody else. They die, and that's pretty much the book. So other shit happens, but that's pretty much it. So she blows up a nuke and nukes everything. The end.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, everybody on this X team can't die, so it doesn't even really matter. That's why they brought him down there. So, easy breezy story. I'm just glad that they finally picked this book at, because like I said, I got into it with Gomer. I was saying that Hickman put these three on the bus and shipped them off because they were too powerful, so he wanted to tell an interesting story, but he revisited them again. So I was wrong on that. It happens. I might eat a cheeseburger. I don't know. So, I'm gonna let you go next on that. So.
All right, I'll do Post Americana number 3.
Awesome.
This is probably my book of the week. This has been a dope ass story. It's in the future. There's been like this big world-ending disaster that's fucked up humanity and left the world in ruins. But all the rich 1% sort of found these bunkers inside of a mountain. They're like these high-tech cities inside of a mountain, and that's where they've been staying for the past 80 years, while the rest of the country has gone to shit. Cannibal tribes eating each other, everybody living in chaos, and it's Mad Max. It's the cursed earth in Judge Dredd. You know what I mean? 80 years after these people been living in the mountain, in this bunker, this ultra fascist asshole decides to make himself president, and he starts taking over the mountain and mobilizing the army, and he starts doing airstrikes throughout the country to sort of take the country back, make America great again, so to speak.
Okay.
And then there's this rebel force, a rebel alliance that are, rebelling against him. And then they basically escape the mountain, and they're going out to try and basically rally up the rest of the country to fight him. And we follow this one character. He's like a hacker, and he's been thrown out of, he's escaped the mountain, this underground paradise bunker that he's been, living in for all his life. And now he's out in the shit with all the fucked up tribes and cannibals trying to eat each other. Meets with this one badass female warrior named Caroline. And last issue, they escaped the cannibal tribe that was, they had him prisoner. And now they're on the run. They meet up. With this chick's friends, and this is a flashback. This is number 3. Now we get the exposition. We get all the flashbacks. We get his life story, where he grew up and how he started the Rebel Alliance and started this all this militants that rebelled against this fascist guy. And then we get her backstory, where she came from and how her community that she lived was bombed by this fascist asshole. And her whole family was killed. And they're basically, they want to go meet with this one warlord of the wasteland who has all this ultra old school technology that they want to use to help, in this war. So he wants to go meet with this guy to sort of, recruit him for this rebel alliance that'll fight this fascist president guy. When they get there, they find out that the fascist army was already there and killed everybody, and they're taken prisoners. And we get to see one of the survivors that have been taken prisoner is Caroline's mom. So she is not dead. So that's kind of where it ends. And big plot twist. Like I said, this is number 3. We get the exposition. We get the flashbacks, early on, not at the second to the last issue. but I'm really digging this book. The art is awesome. This is a book by Steve Scroce. He's doing the story and art. He was like one of the artists on the Matrix movies, so he's got really super detailed art. So he's doing double duty. Yeah, doing double duty. Very very detailed, very violent. This is a very violent and gory book, which is right up my alley. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this. I'm really digging it. It's basically another futuristic sci-fi story that's making political allegories about our current world. But it's doing it in a clever way, This reminds me of Martha Washington, Frank Miller's
the Frank Miller one. Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of giving me that kind of vibe. This futuristic badass chick fighting against fascism, But that was back in the late 80s, 90s. So
right before Frank lost his shit. Yeah.
Before he went insane.
Right.
So yeah, this is a 4 out of 5. I'm really digging this story. So,
Nice. Okay. All right. So next book I'm going to do, and I said this earlier. I honestly forgot about this book. The Future State book. The last Future State book. Like, period. The last one before they move on to some other bullshit. Okay. This is Future State Dark Detective.
Oh, I thought you were going to do the Superman one.
Oh, hell no. Not that one. Where is that book? I can't find it. Dark Detective, where are you? Anyway, Dark Detective number... I can't find it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, Dark Detective number 2. Okay. So, the book is about... Let me see if I can find it. Ill prepared. Yeah, that ugly piece of shit there. Okay, so, and we'll just go here. So the book is about, like I said, the last Future State book we're going to go talk about. It is basically about Batman the magistrate. The magistrate has found out that somebody has been taking their drones, and they lost about 600 drones, and he wants his assistant Hannah to find out who has these drones. Now, what he doesn't know is Hannah actually lives with Bruce Wayne. That's whose house he's been staying for the longest. So she's actually like living undercover and doing spy work for her own benefit, not knowing that, Bruce Wayne is Batman and has anything to do with this. Meanwhile, Batman knows that the drones have been spying on him. He's using the antenna as like a scrambler so the drones can't find out what he's going to. And he actually takes, Hannah, and he takes her dad, and he basically kidnaps them and takes them out the house before the magistrate finds out where they are and blow up the house. Throws them in the back of a van. They know where they are, but they can't really center in on him because he put the scramble up on the antenna, and they just blow up the house, and boom, that's it. So when they get there, and Peacekeeper 1 knows Batman is still alive, like Bruce Wayne is still alive. So they go to this hideout, the safe house that Bruce is at. He basically said, look, I'm Batman. I've been Batman this whole time. I'm staying with your dad. But now they know who I am, so they're going to come for us. And basically, she's saying that I've been doing spy work undercover, trying to expose the magistrate for what they really are for the longest. Because nobody knows about these drones. They got these drones all over the city. And they're going to get to the point that once they take out the massive vigilantes, they're going to take out anybody they see. Basically like the Dark Knight, when Batman had all those surveillance drones and hacking the cell phones. They're doing the same thing. So she's saying she's going to expose this on social media, onto the website, stuff like that. And Batman's like, we're going to do this tonight because they know I'm here. They know they're going to come for me eventually. So if we don't stop this tonight, we're not going to stop it. So they basically go to the magistrate thing. Batman's all Batmaned up. He took some drones and powered up his suits. Now he's got like stealth stuff that he's repurposed for his own good. And basically kind of blames himself for the magistrate taking over because they're basically using his old tech to take over Gotham, and he basically set 6 bombs on top of them inside the magistrate's building before he even catches on what's going on. She's about to upload the stuff on to the social media sites. Magistrate 1 is like, he's here. So everybody's escorting the building except Magistrate 1. He walks back in. He's like, no, I'm going to kill Batman for good because I thought I did last time, but he didn't do it this time. So she takes her USB thumb drive like that. She goes running, and Magistrate 1's just like, Bruce, I've come for you. He's not Bane, but he's Bane-ish, So, and while they're fighting, they got the countdown for the last bomb that's supposed to go. So they got 3 minutes left. Hannah's running outside the building. Magistrate and Batman are just fighting each other, just going to work. And I love the splash page, man. I ain't gonna lie. She walks outside. She realized the other magistrate's coming forward. So what she does, she swallows the thumb drive. Time's still counting down. Batman and Magistrate beating the shit out of each other. And Magistrate basically like saying, no matter what happens, Batman, I'm gonna make sure you die. He's like, nah, you're not gonna kill me. And 3, 2, 1, boom. Magistrate building blows up. Batman, Magistrate still in it. The end. That's it. That's
Okay.
Some, that's some Red Hood shit too. I don't care. He does some shit, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much the book. Batman dies. That's it. Or he doesn't
Again.
die. I don't know. Yeah, again. Yeah. So yeah, that's the Future State book. That book was very underwhelming. The like I said, the Black Batman book had my attention. This one was just all over the fucking place. It's like
I didn't stay. I didn't stay with it.
Like there was no reason for it to exist. Like was there a point to it? Okay, Batman survives just to die again. Okay, yeah,
and he's still broke and like
it's like and he's living with some crazy dude, but he becomes a crazy dude, and nobody recognizes me though he's Bruce Wayne. Fuck this book, man. It's like I said, this book gave me a sour taste on Future State altogether. So yeah, 2 out of 5. It's complete waste of time. Shoot, what you got next?
I'll do Two Moons.
2 Moons. Here we go.
Two Moons, number 1. This is a new horror book from Image.
Mm-hmm.
And the main character is a Pawnee soldier fighting for the Union in the Civil War.
Okay.
So, and there's some kind of ghost demon that's kind of following him or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of fucking with his head. And basically during a battle, the South, the rebel soldiers come, and there's a big battle. This guy is a very good shot with a rifle.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like he's just murking motherfuckers. But then his general, he gets shot, but then turns into some monster dude. Yeah. So here's this guy. This is his general. He gets shot, but then turns into this monster.
Ew, okay.
Yeah. And
Kind of like Nightcrawler, but an evil Nightcrawler.
Yeah. And then the dead bodies start talking to this dude. And he starts freaking out and starts shooting them. He shoots the monster that is his sergeant, and then he comes through. He like snaps out of it, and the soldier's like, "What the fuck, man? You just shot our general." And that's where it says to be continued. So is he insane, or is this ghost actually real? And being that he's an Indian guy that just shot a white guy, that's probably not going to be good back then.
Right. Yeah.
It's not bad. It's pretty cool. He's a native. I don't know why he's got to be a native, but I guess he's a native.
Who wrote this?
Who did write this? He's not native. I know that because he wrote a thing in the back that's saying he wanted to, he was always interested in different cultures, and he wanted to, sort of shed light on different cultures. And John Arcudi, I'm not sure who he is. Art's pretty good. It's just a weird little tale of terror, I guess. It turns out that it gives a little bit of the guy's backstory. He was adopted by a white family and raised on a farm, and then joined the North when the Civil War happened. But it's not bad. It's not a bad of an issue. It's a cool little start to this story. I'm interested in seeing where it goes. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5. So
okay.
Pretty cool.
All right. So, like I said, since this is the last, well, actually, technically, Black History Month already ended, but we're still going to close out Black History Month as the Black History stories we got for the rest of this. So, rest of the books I'm doing, Blackity Black. That's what we're doing. So
yeah, I'm searching through Comixology. I don't see that Milestone book.
It just popped up on me. It's not top 10. You got to look down a little bit further.
Because I go
And
by
so-
the days or whatever. I'm in like
Yeah.
the news section.
I just look at top 10 and just go from there. But anyway, next book I'm going to do is Black Panther number 23. Here's the thing, Eli. For the last week, I have been reviewing. This is Ta-Nahesi Coates, who we just talked about, writing Superman. He's the writer of this run, and like I said, all these books. This week I read every single one of his books. Every single book in this run. So I'm completely caught up now. Cause like I said, when Chadwick Boseman passed, or beginning of Black History, I don't remember what happened. They gave away every Black Panther book for free ever made on Comixology, and I snatched them all up. I like boom, 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 boom. Ta-Nahesi Coates' run has been dormant for a while because of COVID. They finally picked it back up. He's got 3 issues left. This is the first issue of his last 3 issues. Let me get you caught up, Eli. I'll tell you what's going on with it right now. So, Killmonger is back, but he is a zombie that has been resurrected by a Venom symbiote. Now, I don't know if it's the actual Venom symbiote or a symbiote from Venom's home planet.
So
Anyway,
is this a King in Black tie-in?
No, this was going on before King in Black. This was going on like last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it had nothing to do with that. No King of Black, nothing like that. So Killmonger has been resurrected as a zombie. He is back. He is bringing an army from the future to attack Wakanda and destroy the world, because in the future, Wakanda has become some war state that colonizes entire galaxies. And he's in control of it now. Oh, and Bass is on their side also, because they're the powerful team, so she just jumped over there. You know. I hope I got you caught up. So let's go on what's going on right now. And it's a lot of stuff going on. I'm not going to explain everything that's going on with the story. It's very Coates-ish.
I can see a lot of words.
It's a lot of words. Anyway, Killmonger has teamed up with every villain that Black Panther has fought during Coates' run to join his space army his black space army from the future, along with his Venom symbiote, who he's saying he's going to control the symbiote, and his Venom symbiote has dreadlocks. So, okay. Why not? You know. And then, okay, back at home, T'Challa had, while Killmonger has assembled every black villain that, you know, T'Challa ever faced, T'Challa has assembled every black superhero on the planet to come to Wakanda to face Killmonger's space army from the future. You know, everyone you can think of, you know, and he basically giving this motivational speech. I've invited you here to do this, blah, blah, blah. We got to protect Wakanda, because we want our future to be the best future, not this future Killmonger's bringing us. Even Nick Fury's there. Like, you know, Samuel Jackson, always pissed he was never invited to Wakanda, but he's there now. You know,
Miles Morales is there too.
Miles Morales is there too. You know, even though he's half, you know, still snuck in. Riri's there. Cloak is there without his white girlfriend. We always say he couldn't come to Wakanda with Cloak, you know, or Dagger.
Oh, that is Cloak.
That's Cloak. He's there. He left his white girl at home, but hey.
Or maybe she's just hiding in his clothes.
I'm bringing my white woman to Wakanda. Woman shit, everybody else. They keep giving this speech, stuff like that, blah, 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 stuff like that. But the point is, now on the speech is so, and this is, I missed it. Anyway, doesn't matter. He gives this epic speech, and the speech is so epic that it turns out, I think I passed it. I did pass it. Doesn't matter. The Orishis, the African deities of Wakanda, have appeared, because he's saying the speech is so grand that they appear. Now they've been gone for basically the gods have abandoned Wakanda for like all of Coates' run, but now T'Challa's speech was so epic they have came back. Except the Windwalker is not there. So like, where is the Windwalker god? She's right there. They're like, oh, you can't be in two places at the same time, because they basically hinting at that Storm might be a goddess, like she's actual African deity. And then he's talking to Dr. Voodoo. Dr. Voodoo is like, well, are the Haitian guys going to join you? He's like, nah, they don't like Wakanda. So, yeah. So, that's pretty much it. Other shit happens. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about that, because they're going to be pissed off with Coates even more. Although we do get some shit with, you know, Storm. And now, I do like what Coates did with Black Panther Storm. He's reunited them. They're not married, but they're on good terms. You know, they're clearly in love with each other. Bass shows up, causes more havoc. They don't know she's with the bad guys now. She shows back up. The child's like, what the hell are you doing here? He's like, I'm here to fuck shit up, basically, you know. And she kills the Orishis or kill the deities or something like that. They disappear. All of a sudden, Killmonger's space army shows up. and they go to war, and you get this awesome ass panel. Look, gotta go back to the panel. You got Falcon and Storm and Monica Rambeau and Riri and Dr. Fu. What the hell is Miles Morales swinging on anyway? Anyway, doesn't matter. Next cover, every black superhero ever.
Falcon's foot. He's just attached to Falcon's foot.
He's swinging on Falcon's foot. Yeah, that's what he's doing. So yeah, every black superhero ever unite next issue. So here's my thing, Eli, and there's some other shit about this issue that I'm not gonna get into because they're gonna be pissed off about Coates more. But this should be way more. I should feel this more than what I'm feeling. This is epic. This is Venom symbiote Killmonger leading a space army against every black superhero ever from the future, and this should be some epic ass shit. And I'm just like, okay.
Well, I waited till the last page.
Yeah, wait till the last page to do it. But I mean, no, it's like that. It's been like that the whole run. Like the whole run, like this should be some epic shit. This is like Black Star Wars. What it should be. Cause like T'Challa been in space like the first 20 issues, came back to Wakanda, and the space army followed him here. So this should be some epic shit. But I'm just like, I don't feel it. I guess.
The Trade Federations has cut off trading routes to
yeah, it's like the prequels if it was just the Senate hearings. That's what it is. Take all out all that lightsaber shit. We don't want that. You know.
I will plead my case to the Senate.
All that dogfight in space. Get that shit out of here, man. We want that space CNN. That's what we want. You know. Shoot. What else you got?
I guess the last book I'm gonna do is crossover number 4.
Apparently the greatest book ever made. That's what everybody's telling me.
Apparently, yeah.
Except you.
Because it's so meta.
Right.
It's so meta, man. And it's got this book. It's got
it means something.
Yeah, it's got this. In that one panel, you can see that one character from that one comic from 20 years ago that no one's ever fucking.
His elbow.
Yeah, no one's ever heard of except the 2 people that read it. No, this isn't bad. This is Donny Cates, doing his ultra meta fourth wall breaking comic book about comic books. So some sort of weird event happens and a portal opens up, and every superhero character or comic book character has crossed over into reality. And there's created this dome over Denver, Colorado, where it's nothing but superhero battles. At some point, some little superhero girl escapes, and this little girl ends up in at a comic book store that's kind of like they're kind of outlawed now. Comic book now, the government's like all anti comic book heroes and shit. Mm-hmm. And this one girl who's a comic book fan, she finds this little superhero girl, so let's take her back to the dome and get her back to her family. She meets up with the Paybacks, which is a superhero team that Donny Cates wrote a few years ago.
Okay, referencing himself. Okay.
Yeah, so he's his own characters are in this. I did a review on the Paybacks for Outright Geekery back then. They were like a superhero team, and she gets their help they're going to go bring this girl back to the portal. Meanwhile, the government is taking superheroes prisoner. They got them in this laboratory where they're in these stasis modes, and they're taking all these powers from all these superheroes, and they're making some ultra super villain to take out the superheroes.
Okay.
And and then they find the sword from God Country. So they go to this museum.
So that's crossing over. Okay.
Yeah, so they go to so God Country was another comic book that Donny Cates wrote, and the team find the sword. So in God Country, this old man on a farm, he's got he's dementia or Alzheimer's and shit. He's an old man. He's got this terminal illness, and then some sword falls from the sky. He picks it up and becomes this powerful He-Man warrior. So that's what that comic's about. And in this issue, they find that sword. It's the most powerful sword in the universe, and it makes you a badass if you have it. And yeah, and then the government's making this supervillain. So that's where we're heading. Yeah, it's fun. You know, it's fun. It's making all these references to comic books and, you know, pop culture. And
I mean, we eat that shit up, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can see why comic book fans are like, oh, you know, and it's clever, you know, like the comic book heroes are like, they're like, oh yeah, Madman. You remember Madman, that old,
yeah, the white with the lightning,
psychic guy. Yeah, he
like
shows up. Yeah, he shows up. And if you notice, all the superheroes in reality have Kirby dots on them.
Ah, okay.
You know, and it's like, yeah, it's basically, and like I said, it breaks the fourth wall. The narration, you know, like the text bubbles narrations are like, okay, we're gonna break it up right now and talk about this, and you know, pretty gnarly, huh? So like, it's actually talking to the reader, you know, in a Deadpool sort of way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Talking to the audience. So it's you know, it's Donny Cates having fun, being clever, you know. So yeah, 4 out of 5. I'm still with it, you know. I'm not wowing over it like everybody else is, but you know. So, but you know, like we said before, it's got to be the best thing ever, or the worst thing ever. There's no room for mediocrity.
No in between, right?
Yeah. So you know, I think
but Donny Cates making mediocrity out of it?
Yeah, it's fine. It's a fun book. If you're a comic book fan, you will appreciate it. And this is geared towards, I think that's what the audience is supposed to be, comic book fans. It's geared specifically for comic book fans, you know, because they're the ones. I can see that, yeah, they're the ones that are going to get all these references. They're the ones that are going to get because no one knows who Madman is.
Right.
You know, no one knows.
There's going to be some article breaking down this issue,
yeah,
whatever.
Madman or God Country or the Paybacks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Only comic book nerds are going to know this shit. I think that's why they've taken a liking to this book so much. You know, so yeah, it's fun. I give it a 4 out of 5. I'm not, you know, sucking its dick at all, but it's fine. You know, I'm making out with it. You know, we're just gonna, you know,
first base.
Yeah, that's all.
Unhooking
You know?
the bra, you know.
You know what I mean? We're just, you know, at the movie theater smooching. That's all. You know, I haven't gone down on it yet. You know.
Foreplay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know, no na without the dollar.
Oh, man. Okay, so this is my book of the week coming up right now. Like I said, this is Black History Month, the blackest book we're going to do. This is the blackest book we have done on this show. Because all this time we've been talking about how we were going to save Milestone, Eli. You and I, we saved Milestone. Milestone is back, baby. So, yeah, so this is Milestone Returns. I think they released this book a while ago, but now it's been released to the public. They're basically giving you, this is like a sample course of what they have planned. So, like I said, it's issue number 0, so we all know what issue number 0s are. So let's just go ahead and start this off. Like I said, you got the boom, bam, boom. That's what the cover's going to look like. And the book starts off actually with our first hero, Static. Not Static Shock, Static. And we go to his origin story, which is at a Black Lives Matter rally. Right, so this is not in the 90s. It's been rebooted. This is a reboot. Okay, so let's go to it. We're talking about Black Lives Matter. They're in Dakota City. Like I said, we don't know who died, but they're just like, fuck it, let's just march for something. But there's certain, you know, things that let them know, like, she was sleeping. You know, that's honestly, that's obviously Breonna Taylor. Right. So, stop killing people and weird, and then they just, you know, fire on them. But they, you know, the smoke bombs, stuff like that. They fire smoke bombs at them. Tear gas at them, you know. But the tear gas has been replaced.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so they were going to use tear gas to replace people. But what happened with the tear gas, some people died instantly. Some people got powers. You know how it is. So this is the Big Bang. The Big Bang in the Dakota universe, if you've ever seen the Static Shock cartoons, stuff like that, the Big Bang is how everybody in that universe got their powers. You know, it happened at an event where some police did some bullshit or some gang members did some bullshit. Some people died, some people got powers, boom, boom, blah, blah, what's up. That Static right there, he finally got his powers. He got the powers at a Black Lives Matter rally. That's what he got his powers. So, you know, the same old Spider-Man shit. He goes home, his family, are you okay? Yeah, I'm just a little sick. He comes back, he's fine, whatever. But this is what we need to get to. While all that bullshit went down to Black Lives Matter rally, they're looking at the people who supplied them with that tear gas. and it was that guy's company. That guy's name is Curtis. I can't remember. It's Hardware. Hardware is the other guy. It was his company. He told them, don't give them that tear gas. The tear gas not ready. The tear gas experimental. I knew there was going to be some fucked up shit going on with it. So when the tear gas went bad, he knows, since he's the face of the company and he's a black man, they're going to throw him under the bus. He knows it's coming. So he's just like, nah, I'm leaving. I'm going home. And they're like, man, well, once you come in tonight and talk to it, like, you know, the front office, like, talk to us, come in. He's like, nah, I'll meet you guys tomorrow. You know, he goes to his place. He's like, nah, fuck it. I'm not going in there. I already know what's going to happen. They're going to throw me under the bus. I'm going to step into my super suit that they don't know about. And I'm going to get myself superpowers and become Black Iron Man or War Machine, whatever the fuck. And the police just burst down his door and just fire on him. He was like, y'all going to fire on an unarmed man? Ah, you didn't know I was not unarmed, huh? This my black man bulletproof suit, you know.
What did it say? What did that say? The blackness protects me.
Yeah, my blackness protects me. Does it scare you? So then he pulls the guns out of them and they just haul ass, you know. And don't you ever come around here no more, you know. And so that's them. And then we go to who is this? So this is Blood Syndicate. They're basically everybody else. They're kind of like the X-Men, but not really X-Men. They're a gang. And they go meet Holocaust and like that. So, when we go back to Static, Static is learning slowly how to use his powers. He's taking a shit, learning how to shit properly or whatever. He learns how to use his keys, use electricity. Oh, and he's being bullied by a white dude, by 3 white dudes. But the first dude looked like a white rapper. Because he says Virgil, who is Static, he's not black enough. So he calls him like an Oreo and all stuff like that. So he's going to whoop his ass because he said he's not black enough. And that's him right there. And he's calling his girlfriend all kind of like crazy ass names. He just punch him in the face. Shut the hell up. You're like, okay, yeah, let's do this, So then the white dudes jump his ass. But then other people saying, wait, are 3 white dudes beating up on a black dude? So then they jump in. Now you got this whole school riot. Then the police jump in, blah, 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 stuff like that. Anyway, where we going? Oh, yeah. Then the next day at school, when he finally comes back next week, turns out the white rapper dude or whatever like that has powers. Call himself Hot Boy, or I don't know what the fuck he call himself. He sees Virgil again. He like, I'm glad you got. I'm about to whoop your ass again. So he just throws fire bombs at him in the middle of the school, not knowing what Virgil can do. So Virgil's like dodging him and shit like that. He like, yeah, oh yeah, that's what you doing? Okay. And then he throws out his static powers like that, and they just, superhero school fight right there. And then he blasts him and he's thinking about killing him. He's not going to kill him. So he lets him wake up. The police come. What's going on here? And all Hot Boy says is, I slipped. So nobody saw a fight. They can't do anything. So everybody's going about their business. Then we go to Icon. Like I said, we talked about Icon and Rocket. He shows up. Rocket tells Icon, I want you to clean up the drugs in my city, in my neighborhood. They're like, oh, cool. Let's go to Columbia. Because that's where we get the drugs from anyway. Let's burn down the factory. Because that's his connection anyway. So they go down there, blow up the connections. Rocket goes down there. They see a bunch of people. And Rocket powers up her kinetic punch. And boom, blows up the crack house, or drug house, whatever you want to call it, with one kinetic punch. Icon goes out there. He telekinetically destroys this shit, blows up the crack, or the smoke, or the bomb, whatever. He's fucking powerful. He just do whatever he wants to. They never really explain what Icon can or cannot do, but he can just do anything. And some other shit happens. But anyway, Holocaust is back. Like I said, Holocaust became so popular in the Milestone, he became like a Teen Titans bad guy. Like he was fighting Superboy and shit like that. But now he's back and he's recruited the Blood Syndicate again. And that's it. Yeah. So, like I said, the 3 books coming out: Static, Icon and Rocket, and Hardware. Those are 3 books. Of course, the Icon book is actually narrated by Rocket. It was always narrated by Rocket. It was always told through her eyes, and she was telling everybody what Icon was. So that's the book. Like I said, I'm excited. It's back. It was written by Reggie Hudlin, a good Black Panther writer. He's been the guy to get this whole thing off the ground. Like I said, I'm excited. I'm just glad Milestone is back. They said more stuff is on the pipeline. These 3 books are just kind of like testing the waters, and then they're going to start rolling out the other stuff also. Because they hinted at other heroes that may or may not show up, but they want to see what Static and Icon and Hardware does first. Because there was always their 3 best-selling heroes anyway. So, yeah. It whet my appetite. 4.5 out of 5. I'm good. Jim Lee even drew some panels in like the other second story that I'm not going to talk about, but yeah. And like I said, this is the book we should have been getting. This is the movie we should have been getting. Ta-Nahesi Coates should have been writing a icon movie. $1 billion. Easy. DC could just step back and break up money, but they don't like money, I guess. So
Michael B. Jordan as Hardware?
I can see it. Yeah, Black Iron Man, I can see it. So yeah. So and anything else we got? Or
Well, I read. I mean, I thought you were gonna read that new Marvel's Voices.
that was a new one?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I guess we.
So you didn't read. You
Over
read.
two. I didn't.
I didn't read Milestone, and you didn't read the Marvel Voices.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna make this the blackest show ever. So yeah. So no, I didn't read Marvel Voices. I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of stories with a bunch of black superheroes. Very short. They're like a couple of them are like 2-3 pages long. You know, like not much.
I heard like Def Jam Records has some of their artists write some of these stories.
Okay, yeah. I saw like a Def Jam ad in the back.
Yeah.
There's like a Miles Morales story. Monica Rambeau shows up in one story. There's a Blade story that was pretty cool. What was that? It was like a Black Venom.
Black Venom.
Yeah, it was like I don't know. It was a Venom with dreadlocks, like in the
just Killmonger.
and Gozi or something. Her name was. I don't know. I think her name was.
I don't think I ever heard of her before. But
yeah. Who else? There was a Riri. Riri and Shuri. I think team up at some point. But I think with I forgot about this. Okay, so. I think my favorite story out of this was the Domino story.
Wait, why is Domino? Domino is.
I guess Domino's black now because of Deadpool.
We claim
2?
Domino now?
I guess.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. I was like Domino because I always thought she was Asian.
We didn't know what Domino was, but I guess
I just assumed she was always Asian because she kind of looked like she was
she's
Asian.
half black, so I guess that counts. But
I didn't know, but she's got a story in this, and I'm like, oh yeah, because of Deadpool 2. Because
Domino
Zazie,
better not bring her ass to Wakanda. I know that shit. She's not allowed to.
Yeah, Zazie Beetz played her in the movie, so I guess
right.
She's in this, and this is probably my favorite.
Right, that Domino can come, not the X-Men Crocodile.
Yeah, no, this is straight up, Harley Quinn Domino.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And she's just, she's just she's gambling and then shoots up a bunch of people. And it was just cool, cool little action scene with Domino. So, I thought you were going to read it. I didn't really prepare to review it because I thought
I didn't see it. I mean, like I said, there was so many books. I guess it was like on the next page. I should have kept looking, but yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I saw. I got this, but I didn't get Milestone because I've been looking through Comixology. I still can't find Milestone. I'm just have to search it.
Yeah, the shit out of it. Like China. You ain't gonna see that shit.
So yeah, another Marvel Voices featuring, minorities.
So there you go, Eli. You want to write comics for Marvel, just become a rapper for Def Jam. There you go. Oh man. Anything else?
New Mutants. I read New Mutants. I don't really know what's going on. I mean, I kind of do, but
they still in space?
No, it's got the Shadow King, and I guess I'm not current with the X-Men right now, so it's making references to all these other books that I'm not sure what's happening. So I'm probably not appreciating it as much as it's been getting. I heard everyone loves this book. It's been getting these good reviews and shit, but I'm like, what the fuck is this? And what the fuck is that? And who the fuck is this now? So
because New Mutant got some deep cut stuff on it. Because it's not just New Mutants. They're like all the Generation X characters. They pop up in there. So it's just like whatever, I'm like, what the fuck can this motherfucker do? Shit. Oh no, the Shadow King's fucking with people, and then they go to the other world and meet like Merlin and the fucking Avalon and shit. They go there, and I guess it's cool. I guess. Oh man.
Yeah.
So, shoot. Anything else we got?
That's about all I got.
Okay, and that concludes our Black History Month program. Not just ours, but corporate America altogether. You may now go back to your white commercials we had before. No more Calvin from McDonald's. Yeah. And March, like I said, March is gonna be stacked. March is gonna be loaded. We got Godzilla versus King Kong. We got Snyder Cut.
Oh yeah, shit. I forgot about
it's a lot of shit. That's just the tip of the iceberg. March is fully loaded. So yeah, we're just gonna go from there. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bully time, same bully channel.
Trapaholics mixtape. Dang, son, why'd you make this?
Sparky too.